The bulletin today will be discussing what is currently happening in South Sudan. And to help us debunk more on that, we are joined by Kulong Bom Chan. I don't know if I've pronounced your name correctly, Kubom. Kulong.
That is my name, exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us in the bulletin today.
You're very welcome, Susan.
Okay. Take us through what is currently happening in South Sudan currently right now.
First, thank you so much for inviting me to share my perspective with you today.
No problem.
Indeed, we are living in a continent with a lot of narrative, from the point of political instability to the economic decline, despite the fact that most of African states are blessed with their natural resources, but still they live in poverty line. Yes. When it comes to South Sudan, in fact, the history of South Sudan is known. South Sudan is geopolitical and diplomacy. Influenced by regional and international as well, despite the fact that there are so many pieces peace agreement that were signed. And then also the country has a long history of instability from liberation since 1955 up to the present, when South Sudan became an independent state. The internal affairs of South Sudan currently, the situation is relatively calm, though still some reservation within the country. And these issues just started recently in the area of Upper Nile, is county of Nasser and Olang, which also escalate to other areas within Upper Nile state. So this conflict has indeed generated a political tension in the country, where the first Vice President of the Republic of South Sudan, His Excellency Dr. Masha, was placed under house arrest. It has now 1 month. So there is no any significant change regarding the move of his release, though there is a pressure on international community, and the regional leaders also are trying their effort or best to restore peace, and urge both leaders to go to their previous account. So that's it about what is currently unfolding in the situation, though the move is still, people believe that could be an installation of the second vice president, Dr. Benjamin Bullmel, to the presidency direct, but there is no any clarity surrounding the plan of handing over the power to him. But still, the public still has a reservation and fear, and also believe that it could be another change, because at times change does not really alert people. It is just coming unexpectedly. So we are still also observing that situation. When it comes to our global diplomacy in South Sudan, as you have heard recently, that South Sudan had a diplomatic role between U.S. Due to the deportation and the restriction on all visa and passport orders concerning South Sudan national. So this situation, it has also, it is really rising another tension in terms of our diplomatic efforts. And again, as we can see the move now, the South Sudan government is still also trying to reaffirm their commitment to tight another relationship with the United States government, at least to lift this restriction. Despite the fact that in states, the U.S. has also renewed another sanction towards South Sudan. So that is our diplomatic policies that is currently going on, and it is still there are a lot to be discussed regarding this strained relationship between U.S. and South Sudan. And again, last months, especially April and March, the two European embassies were definitely closed in South Sudan temporarily, especially German embassy and Norwegian embassy in Juba, South Sudan, due to the political tension and high risk of another civil war threatening their presence. So this situation is still, we are trying to monitor it, but there is no any clear evidence to show that, of course, there is a severe war in South Sudan. So that is my own understanding about our current affairs.
What are people saying on the ground, Kulong? Are people happy with what's transpiring in South Sudan currently? Are people happy with the current government?
Absolutely. There is a division within, though some people also supported the government and other also opposing the government. So the clear evidence is that the only way for people of South Sudan to go is election. This is where we can maybe see which party took the lead and which party voted in by the people of South Sudan. But currently, it is really hard to distinguish based on ethnic tension, people supporting tribe, and it is unclear for us to say this group are unhappy with the government and this group is really supporting the government.
Is the government doing enough, Kulong, for the people of South Sudan currently?
Well, let me say it, yes. By then, it's really do, I mean, trying their best to provide the necessary service to the people of South Sudan. But recently, after the crisis, I think there is no any move further concerning the developmental program that are currently going on due to the conflict situation in the country.
The first vice president, as I've said, was in house arrest. What's happening there right now?
Yes, the past vice president is still under detention at his own house, and the situation also is calm, though it's still the regional leaders and the international communities trying their best, at least to, to, to call for the release of His Excellency by President Dr. Machar as a way to save the peace in South Sudan.
That's why he's currently under house arrest. Make us understand the situation. What transpired to find himself there under arrest?
The situation is still calm and is under house arrest. Is just come in after the recent violence that took place in Nasser, where an ethnic militant ali behind him, and also citing that they are part of the opposition army. So it is really hard for a government to distinguish rather than citing their own decision to place the first vice president to under house arrest.
What are other countries doing? Like, how has Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania contributed to what's currently happening in South Sudan?
Yes, the East African community are still also trying their best during the unfolding situation Indeed, Kenya President William Ruto had also tried their best, at least urging both leaders to return to the accord of 2018 peace agreement, which is revitalized peace. The same to Tanzania also give their support and urging both leaders to return back to the previous agreement, though there is an interference from other neighboring such as Uganda, which has deeply entered into South Sudanese affairs. Yes. So now it is really hard for us to understand whether the Uganda is really supporting the peace in South Sudan, because their military or her military are present in the country, and with the aim of also trying to calm the situation.
Okay. Let's shift the focus to the presidential election that is supposed to happen next year. That is to 2026. What are we seeing in the future? Be-
I think the presidential election is a way for each and every South Sudanese here in the country. People are hoping for election, though the parties, especially the warring parties, are still continue extending it. But the election is necessary, and I think it will be a last hope for people of South Sudan to conduct their first constitutional election. Yes. So if the election has been conducted today, or if the election is going to be conducted, of course, there will be a lot of significant change in the government structure, because there are a lot of positions that were just attributed or assigned based on the chair or within the revitalized peace agreement. Each opposition, especially the SPLM IO, and other political parties have their own chair and they have their own seat uh, in the country. So I think the election will be the only move to reduce all this burden.
in your own point of view, who is likely to win the next election? And are we seeing an election, or will it be postponed like the previous ones?
Uh, in fact, the road to election is still unclear,
Yes.
though they estimated the date on December 22nd, 2026, but still nobody knows whether this decision is going to be cancelled or not. Yeah. Uh, the ruling party are also carried their campaign rally, and of course, people are still expecting their return to the power, unless otherwise, if this election has been conducted in a free and fair manner, and then the time will tell who is going to win, because it is just based on the trust. If the people of South Sudan receive enough service from the current regime, of course they might vote for it. If not, then any political party or wing that able to convince the people of South Sudan may also take.
What about you? Our election is secret. Who are you currently vying for?
To me, as per now, I will
Yes.
not able to size with any political party, because I will basically focus on who convinced me with his manifesto.
Yes. So what are
Yes.
what are
If I get convinced, then I will vote for his ticket.
what are the current manifestos that are being proposed right now in the country?
There is no any manifesto being proposed currently, because the election time is still ahead. We left with another one full year and
Yes.
up. So it is really hard for us to understand the motive of their objective. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for gracing us today, Kulong. We appreciate your time. And we
You are
hope
very
to see
welcome.
you again maybe next week or next week.
It's fine. It's fine. Thank you for having me here, and I'm so glad to
Yeah.
interact with you in BSTV.
Okay, so can you what is your final conclusion? What can you tell the people of South Sudan as you conclude?
My message to the people of South Sudan is the only way for us to unite is peace, because there is no any other things rather than peace. And of course, if the leaders also make some compromises, reconcile, and of course, bringing people together, at least the peace might bring in South Sudan. But if the political power struggle continue in the country, there will be no any unity. But as per now, I still believe that there will be a chance for peace one day and one time in South Sudan. So I can urge them that they shouldn't maybe give up in the country, because each and every country, of course, has challenges. Some of the independent state now, they also came through all these obstacles toward the prosperity. But today, it does not necessarily mean that the country is really, lost the direction. So we will overcome this, and through peace, we can achieve everything in the country.
Thank you so much for that, and we hope peace is achieved in South Sudan. With that, we conclude our bulletin today here at the Ambassador. Thank you for your time and company. Have a good afternoon.
Like
Everywhere GBS.